Sam Shepard's Pulitzer Prize-winning Buried Child takes place in an old farmhouse somewhere in Illinois. It has 3 acts and involves a small cast of mostly male characters. We are introduced to Dodge, a cranky, sarcastic alcoholic who is on his deathbed, and his chatty, oblivious wife, Haley, who is having an affair with a local Protestant minister. As Dodge's health worsens, the prodigal son returns. Tilden, who has come back into town after having run into some trouble in New Mexico, and Bradley, who seems to lives nearby and only has one leg, having lost his other one in a chainsaw accident. Their lives are a whirlwind of chaos and confusion. Dodge sneaks whiskey even as he coughs. Unstable Tilden claims to have discovered vegetables in the yard that Dodge swears don't exist, and Bradley enters the house and cuts his father's hair while he is asleep. It is not quite clear why everyone is acting so strangely until Tilden's other son, Vince, comes home after 6 years absent and his girlfriend Shelley in tow. As old secrets from the past arise from the surface, we see newcomer Shelley try to fit the pieces together as the family tries desperately to keep the past in the past and stay afloat. The darkest of secrets begin to come to light. Sam Shepard, born in 1943, began his career as a playwright on the lively off-Broadway scene of the 1960s and became one of the United States' most prolific and acclaimed dramatists. He was also a rock music performer and a film actor. He has written nearly 50 plays and has seen his work produced across the nation in venues ranging from Greenwich Village coffee shops, regional, professional, and community theaters, from college campuses to commercial Broadway houses. In 1970, Shepard achieved his warmest critical reception from Buried Child, which won both an Obie and a Pulitzer Prize for drama. Writing in the Washington Post, critic David Richards said, "Shepard delivers a requiem for America, land of the surreal and home of the crazed. The amber waves of grain mask a dark secret. The fruited plant is rotting, and the purple mountain's majesty is like a bad bruise on the landscape." It is one of a trilogy of the family plays he wrote that also includes Curse of the Sass and True West. Shepard based the play Buried Child off his own dysfunctional childhood and father. He states, "I remember a great friend of mine in high school. He took me aside and said, 'I know your father was a little off the deep end, but I didn't know he was crazy,' and that sort of shocked me a bit." The first dramatic element I would focus on is costume design. For the costumes, they would be from the 50s, but items that a farmer would wear, especially for Tilden, who is constantly out in the fields, such as dirty work boots and white tattered t-shirts. For the most of the others, it would be simple clothes, nothing too flashy since they're not the most well-off family. For Shelley and Vince, they should wear stylish clothes since they are the youngest and furthest away from the original family structure. They may also be carrying leather handbags and gloves. I feel as though these choices align with my vision of the play because they are realistic of the time and the status of the characters. I would focus on the set design for the second dramatic element. The house is in disrepair, but not necessarily because of its age, rather from the family history, and so I would create a house that has a basic frame to add to the effect of the brokenness. In front would be a small couch, and maybe a chair and an old static TV. This is where Dodge spends most of his time, so it is important to represent it. The floors will be made of worn and creaky wood, and there will be a staircase to the back side to further illustrate the fact that they are poor farmers. This design will capture the strife and darkness within the family dynamic. Throughout this course, I found that each discussion post was very helpful in deciphering each step of the process of production. I found the theater history especially interesting because it broadened my awareness of all different types of theater and how there were many countries that contributed by bringing in new styles to modern theater. This class was especially useful to me because I am a film major and theater production has close ties with the production of films and TV shows. Although my interest is along the lines of cinematography, it is very important that I understand the roles of everyone else that is a part of the crew and learn how to work together to create the most seamless and expressive story possible.